the China that I fell in love with always had turmoil, always had human rights issues, but they had become so much worse under the current leadership. And it showed me there was so much that the government was trying to cover up in the end, that they didn't want foreigners to see. I would say probably around 2016 is when I really started to notice it, when the people that were not familiar with me and were consuming a lot of domestic news within China were getting much more nationalist. So you'd get a lot more situations where you'd be eating outside, maybe at like a barbecue restaurant or something, and somebody would shout something at you, or you get dirty looks for having a Chinese wife. But I do think I can attribute that shift of that feeling, at least, in the way that Xi Jinping's policy went, the direction that it went, in that it's the outside world that's demonizing China, and it's not our central government's fault. We had detectives, a SWAT team with automatic weapons or rifles, basically, on attached to them, with body cameras, barge into our hotel room, separate all of us, interrogate us, trying to get us to admit to the fact that we were there doing journalism, or to admit the fact that we do illegal videos. And we showed them over and over again, this is what we filmed. We showed them some camel footage that we filmed. We showed them some us eating food. It was just travel stuff. And they were intense. I heard that the detectives in the hallway speaking to each other, and they said, these are those two guys. When I got through, I actually got tapped on the shoulder by a police officer. I don't know what her rank was, but I turned around and I heard that guy, they were talking about a name, basically, which was my Chinese name, my first Chinese name. And she asked me, are you coming back to mainland China? And I said, yeah. I thought that was the best thing to say. I said, yeah. And she said, good. And then she let me go. From what I can understand is that they were building some sort of case against me. And definitely my trip up to Inner Mongolia didn't help. I think they thought I was some sort of rogue journalist that was trying to get footage out of there, or trying to uncover some sort of political unrest that was happening there. If you look at hostage diplomacy, like with the Michael situation, I think if you leave it too long and you get the warning signs and you still stick around, then you will be used for something like that, potentially. And I finally, when I got home to the US, I just realized that there are so many things I had wanted to talk about, especially in terms of human rights, that I couldn't previously talk about before, and I just really wanted to get off my chest. And the actual oppression that exists within China takes a while to see. The political oppression of minorities, the censorship of free speech and online talk, to the point where people just don't want to express their opinion anymore, or don't even have an opinion anymore. So I just can't not talk about it. I feel like it's my duty.